What's up? I'm Ben, and today we're talking about all the steel cards from Into the Inklands. Why aren't we doing that? It's because we want to know what the cards do. We want to remember them. This came out back in 2024. That was last year. But in my calculations, we want to know what the cards do, so we're not surprised when somebody plays them against us. This is the set with all the Titans in it. This is Hades, and he's got lots of his Titan pals in the steel ink, mostly just two of them. The other one was in purple. Yeah. The Chief Tui is a storyboard mentor king, the proud of Montanui, and he's going to go put his rock on top of this little thing. And I counted there's 13 of these little rocks. That means that he's the 14th king of Montanui? Don't at me. And then Moana comes along and puts a seashell on top of this, and then no one can put a rock on top of a seashell. It would break the seashell. That'd be a bad move. I like his belly button tattoo. I'm jealous of it. I like that. The 3-4 stat line, pretty good. Look at our home. There's no better place to be. Quest for 2. It's all right. Mostly that it has the king keyword is a pretty good deal. This is Eeyore, the overstuffed donkey. 4-5 stat line. Got the resist 1. Eeyore underrated. I'd play Eeyore in a minute. Do you like Eeyore or Beast Tragic Hero? The choice is up to you. He's got that donkey, dude. Overstuffed. Not much of a roadblock, but I suppose I'll do. He's keeping the road safe, but from who? I don't know. Maybe Gustav the Giant. This is Gustav the Giant. He's a 6'6". Huge. But the trick is that you can play him down for only 3. You might be saying, that's crazy. You pay 3 ink and you get a 6'6" character? Absolutely huge. This character enters play exerted and can't ready at the start of your turn. So how are you going to ready this character? Maybe you can't. Just kidding, you can. It's got the break free ability. Once, no, it just says during your turn, whenever one of your other characters banishes another character in a challenge, you may ready this character. So if you use one of your characters to banish one of their characters, you can ready this card. And then if this card banishes another character, you can ready this card with the ability again. You can just keep readying this card if you banish another character in a challenge. Too bad we can't challenge our own characters. If you know what I'm saying. We like the Gustav. It procs the Flynn Rider frenemy just too good. Like if you play a green steel, I'm trying to play off of Maximus and Flynn Riders, those things that gain lore at the start of your turn. If you have more strength than an opposing character with more strength than opposing character strength, then you gain the lore. Gustav procs that really, really good because no one's getting a 6-cost character for 3 cost. It's that good. The Hades hot-headed ruler, the 5-side stat line, not bad. Wish this was a 5-cost card. It's got all the different Titan hands in the back, all 4 of them. Oh, there's another one right there. Call the Titans, you exert this, ready your Titan characters. That's pretty crazy because your Titan characters can do some good abilities. Brothers, Titans looked at you in your squalid prisons. Who put you down there? Zeus did. That's what Zeus be like. Helga Sinclair, I played this one in Into the Inklands Steel Song list because it can have Challenger 4. This can be 4/4 when it's challenging. That's huge. And it could take out those locations because lots of people were playing locations when Into the Inklands came out. It was a good deal. That was an order, not a suggestion. Let's go. Where's she pointing to? She's a villain. I'm not going with her. It says right-handed woman, but she's pointing with her left hand. Something's up there. Something's fishy. John Silver. Looks like she's pointing to John Silver. John Silver, the greedy treasure seeker. And he is super greedy. And he's got some cool cyborg enhancements. We didn't see this in the anime where he had power arms and power legs. The 3-3 stat line is okay, but his ability is so sick. That's going to be so good for years to come. For each location you haven't played, this character gains resist +1 and gets +1 lore. I've quested for 5 with John Silver. If you have 2 John Silvers in play and have 4 locations, they're both questing for 5. That's 10 lore. That's half of the game. It's a good deal. I was never much good at games. Always hated to lose. That's why he cheats. That's a big old anchor that he's holding on to. Love to see it. I played this John Silver a whole lot. If you haven't played it or if you don't know about the ability, now's the time to know it. This is the promo version that you can get from the Into the Inklands OP kit. I always chose these because they're so good. So I have my playset of 4, and I am happy that I have that playset. The Kita, the Royal Warrior's got the bodyguard. This character enters play exerted. You can choose. It has the May ability right there. You can bodyguard the 2/3. This is the Simba Protective Cub, but as a steel character. And it works pretty good. She's got a scythe. Who is she? Lady Death or something? And you get a free foot pike right there. Little John got a Floodborn, the Floodborn hero. But this one's a Floodborn ally. So you're telling me when he's a Floodborn, he goes to a hero? Good deal. Not bad. We like hero keywords. You shipped it for 4. A savings of 2. Okay, big shot. While this character is exerted, your characters with bodyguard gain resist +1 and get +1 lore. Kind of crazy to play in an all bodyguard deck, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Little John, his shift target is also a bodyguard, and it's got the disguise. During your turn, this character gains evasive. That's pretty good because you can take out enemy Diablos. It's got 4 willpower, so it can survive. This is maybe even a better Genie Wish Fulfilled, but don't at me. The Lythos got the resist 2. That's great because he only has 1 willpower. If this thing takes damage, he's out of there. Or you can exert this Titan. Chosen character gains resist 2 this turn. So you have resist 2. You could choose yourself to get resist 2, so that'd be resist 4. And then you could ready him again with Hades. And then he could exert again to give resist 2 to him. And then he could be a 4/1 with 6 resists. Why would you do that? I'll be honest, I'm having a tough time making out where his face is. I really don't know. Is this his face and this another one? I don't know how to look at this card. I really don't know where his face is. Like, is this his feet? Is his mouth doing the billowing of thunder? I really don't know what I'm looking at in this picture, but he is the Rock Titan. Love to see it. The Mickey, the mouse. These are the binoculars that Morph is turning into in Morph's card. Don't believe me? Just look right here. There's Morph. He's turning into these binoculars. Am I right? We're not to Mickey yet. It says this character gets +1 strength for each location you have in play. So why aren't people playing him in John Silver decks? Because that's not a good ability. He only has 1 more. You don't want to do it. He's here for the lore. It says Mickey knew just where to start searching for the Sorcerer's Hat, but he didn't expect it to be guarded, and it's guarded by Gustav the Giant. We learned that in the last video because of the Pluto and the Distract action card. It's all connected. The Mickey Mouse Trumpeter is pretty sick. I like the enchanted art. Pretty good. It's a 0/1. Why would you play a 0/1 for 4 costs unequal? Because you can play any character you want for 2 ink if you have this on board. You exert it, you pay 2 ink, play a character for free. But it's not free because you're paying 2 ink and you're paying 4. So that's 6 to play a character. But the big joke is that you play it with Goofy. Goofy's not in this set, but Goofy is a 9 cost card that has a 10/10 stat line. And this can play those big 10 cost cards. It can play the Chernabog for 2 ink. It's not a bad deal. This Minnie Mouse is the one that's going after the Sorcerer's Hat to give to Mickey Mouse because Mickey Mouse needs to turn into Sorcerer Mickey for the D23 Expo. This is Minnie Mouse, the funky Spellunker 0/3 stat line. Only costs 1 to put it down. While this character is on location, she gets 2 strength. Is it worth it to be a 2/3 for a 1 cost? Kinda. If you move her to Hidden Cove, then she's a 3/4. That's a great deal. Minnie Mouse at Hidden Cove, that's what's good. I like that she has the hero keyword. Mr. Smee, the best 2-drop in all of Lorcana. There's no better card that costs 2. Ursula Deceiver is up there, so maybe. It's got a little crab pinching his toe. There's no other card in Lorcana that has a crab pinching a toe. Don't at me. The Ally Pirate got the pirate keyword, 3/3 stat line, absolutely huge, and its only downside, which you might call it a downside, but I call it an upside because you could heal this thing with Rapunzel and draw cards. Its only downside is at the end of your turn, if you don't have a captain character in play, you deal 1 damage to yourself. But boo-hoo, you play this with Captain Hook and you don't take that damage. Catch those little ouch. Quest for 2, huge. Most of the time you can get 6 lore with Mr. Smee. It's a great deal. If you haven't played Mr. Smee or if you don't have a playset, I highly recommend it. The foil $6. That is crazy. Mufasa, 7 cost, 3/10 stat line, dies to Medusa. We're not talking about him. He dies to Medusa. He also dies to Scar, Zuga Booga. Spoiler alerts. Nala, 2/4 stat line, quest for 2, Pinya. This is voiced by Beyonce Knowles in the new live action anime. Other than that, I got nothing to say about this card. Pyros is another one of them Titan characters. Got that Titan keyword. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may ready chosen character. So it doesn't have to be this card that you ready again. It can be any card that you want. you can ready. You can even ready one of your opponent's characters. If you're crazy, Rajal Ghul, the Palace Guard. Look here. While this character has no damage, he gets 2 strength. So he's a 3/3 if he has no damage. But if he has damage, then boo-hoo, he goes down to a 1/3. And he only quests for 1. Not the best. He's here to fill a spot for sure. Robbity Bobbity, my favorite Robin Hood right here. The Storyborn Hero, 2/2 stat line. Vanilla, got that flounder ability, but he has a sick shift, dude. This Robin Hood has been all over every deck. The blue steel, the emerald steels, the steel songs. This is a staple card for sure that you can try out for yourself. You shift it on 3, and then you can sing a 5-cost song. Or you shift it on 3, and you can do major damage. This thing can take out Madam and Foxes. This thing can take out whoever you want to take it out with. You just have to swing with another character first. And then it's got the skill combatant. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, gain 2 lore. You might say, that sounds just like Calhoun. That's because this came before Calhoun. Calhoun sounds like this card. The Good of Others. It says, when this character is banished in a challenge, you may draw a card. So if it's challenged, you draw a card. But if it's banished through a song or something, you don't get to draw a card. Really, really good card. Dies to Medusa. Doesn't die to Zeus. We love to see it. If you move this to Hidden Cove, you're set to forget it. The Sheriff of Nottingham, 4-cost, uninkable. The 2/4 stat line says whenever you discard a card, you may deal 1 damage to chosen opposing characters. So it can punish your opponent for making you discard cards, or most likely you play this at the Bayou. The Bayou is a 1-cost location that says whenever character quests while here, you may draw and then choose and discard a card. So that is your discard that procs the Sheriff of Nottingham ability. Also, if they use Whole New World and you discard like a hand of 7, boom, you're going to be able to do 7 damage to chosen opposing characters whenever you do a discard that goes in the bag. It's so sick. We like to see it. The Simba Fighting Prince. Oh, dude, you can play Sheriff of Nottingham with the new genie, the new legendary genie from Azurite Sea. And then when you put the hands to the bottom, nope, you're not discarding. It doesn't proc. Never mind. Forget I said that. The Simba Fighting Prince is the We Have Tinkerbell at Home. It has the Tinkerbell's ability, but kind of better and also kind of worse. It says when you play this card, and whenever he banishes another character in a challenge, during your turn, choose 1. You can either draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards. Discarding cards is good because it can proc the Sheriff of Nottingham, or you can do 2 damage to chosen characters. It's got more strength and it's got more willpower than Tinkerbell, and only costs 1 more and quests for the same amount. This is a good Tinkerbell replacement. It's the very budget Tinkerbell replacement. I like this card. You should like it too. The Simba that is not good. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, and chosen opposing character can't challenge during their next turn. Why would I want to make a card not be able to challenge during the next turn? They're just going to be able to quest, dude. What's the point of that? The 4/6 stat line? Rightful heir. Rightful heir, my Thaddeus. This is Thaddeus Inklands. I knew he was coming to Disney Lorcana. I call it the 3/5 stat line, the worst stat lines in all of Lorcana. My teeth are sharper. Whenever this character quests while out of location, you may deal 1 damage to chosen character. Really hard to set up. Quest for 2, not the best, underwhelming. Glad we got to see Mr. Alligator Metal Jaw in a Disney Lorcana card. Then along came Zeus. One of the best song cards in all of Lorcana. You need it right now if you're playing Steel to be able to counter the Genie Wish Fulfills, because the Genie Wish Fulfills has 4 willpower. This does 5 damage to chosen character or location. The amount of times that I've used this to take out a Jafar Striking Illusionist or do just enough to take out a location is so good. This is one of the best cards, and it has an enchanted card. Wow, wow, wow. The Baboom Baby has John Silver pointing his RLS cannon at another person. I don't know who's he's shooting at. It says better, bigger than your average boom. You either do 2 damage to chosen character, or you do 2 damage to chosen location. Yeah. And there he is with his cool glowing arm, wherein I think in the anime he didn't have glowing arms. He had regular just robot parts there. Olympus would be that way. Your character gets +3 strength while challenging a location this turn. You can either take out a location this way, or, much better, you just play Rise of Titans. It costs 3, so it costs 2 more, but you just get to banish chosen location or item. Get rid of it. We want to get rid of those items that says, oh, we're in trouble. Big trouble, says Hermes. We haven't gotten a Hermes card yet, but there he is in Lorcana saying the thing. This little icon, this little open book means that came straight from the source material, so it came from the Hercules movie. But we'd sure like to see a Hermes card. I think he's a good one, and he'd have evasive, and he's cool. I like him. Captain Hook's rapier says it's an item, and it has get those scurvy brats. During your turn, whenever one of your character banishes another character in a challenge, you may pay 1 ink to draw a card. Drawing a card, underrated. Hidden Mickey, underrated. Skull Rock, there it is. Let's have at it. Your character's named Captain Hook, game challenger, +1. Kind of situational. If you want to draw cards, you can do it. It's not the best being a 3 uninkable, but it's there. It's definitely there. It's definitely something that somebody could play. Not me, though. The Gizmo suit has banished this item. Chosen character gains resist +2 until the start of your next turn. This card was made obsolete by the, what is it called? It's called Plate Armor, and it has the same thing, but you don't have to banish it. Plate Armor says give resist 2 until the start of your next turn, but it's a 4-cost uninkable. So you're giving up the inkable and you're paying 1 more to be able to play the Plate Armor that doesn't go away. This one banishes itself. It's not the best. It stands in the Hall of Lorcana waiting for someone to speak the secret words. Is the secret word Gizmo suit? Because that's what I think it is. Map a treasure planet is really cool. This is part of the Cubby combo where you can make Cubby have infinite strength. You can have him have 1 billion strength. You just have to declare how many of the loop you do. You exert it and you pay 1 less for the next location you play this turn. That's fine and dandy. But its second ability is what I think is really cool. You pay 1 less ink to move your characters to a location. So if you have 2 1-cost locations and you move Cubby between them, the green Cubby from Into the Inklands, you can get all the way up to so many strength. It's so good. Gentlemen, this must be kept under lock and key, says Captain Amelia. And it's the map of Treasure Planet. We got Treasure Mountain in Azurite Sea. I don't know. I like it. Maui's Place of Exile. If you have Map of Treasure Planet, you pay nothing to move here. I like this one. I wanted to make it work so much. I put this in a lot of decks, but it never does the good things. Characters gain resist +1 while here. It doesn't do the good things because it only has 5 willpower. It gets taken out so easily. Madam and Fox just rushes into it, and then they throw one other thing into it. It's gone. Don't play the Maui's Place of Exile or any 5 willpower locations. It's not going to work out good. The Knot in My Ham, Prince John's Castle. The 6 willpower is so much better. Sir Hiss says, I say, sire, your mother's castle will be the perfect place to set up our scheme. And Prince John says, Mommy? I think there's one Disney Lorcana card that says Mommy on it, and this is it. Get it now. The Bayou we talked about a little bit earlier. It's only got 3 willpower, but it's okay because it doesn't have to survive. You can use its ability right away at place to find what you need, not just what you want. We like it. We play this in the John Silver decks to give lots and lots of lore. We'd like to see it. We got 3 enchanters in this set: the Mickey Mouse, the Rabbity Bobbity, and the Long Came Zeus. You definitely want to get the Long Came Zeus, but Robin Hood is also a good one to pull in your Into the Inklands packs. Thanks for watching. That was all of the Into the Inklands cards. You can go back and watch all of the colors in the playlist next to me over there. Nope, I have to point over there. Over there is the playlist to all of the Inklands cards. Next week, we're going to talk about Ursula's Return Amber cards. Thanks for watching. We put out new videos every day. Hit the subscribe button. Mwah.